Okay, I'm going to call the meeting to order. Would you please rise and join me with the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call. Sam Martin? Here. Martha Eldridge? Here. And Rick Morgan's here. The first of two public inputs. Anybody have anything under public input?
Jonathan Smith, Ossipee. I haven't been here, and thanks to Ed, being able to watch the videos at home is great when I'm not around. Regarding the school budget, I don't know if this could apply, but in 2011, New Hampshire adopted an RSA that allows a municipality to adopt a tax cap. Are you familiar with that? You are aware of that. In 2015, it was revised. That couldn't apply to a school board budget, school district budget?
I don't have any idea.
Yeah.
If it could, then it would be something that would have to be adopted by the whole district.
Right. But it's an option to keep the, some of the years you look back, we were up 10% this year, but some other years 6, 7, 8%. You know?
I think the thing that's more concerning, I don't know how, other than addressing the underlying formula, which is what Ed tried to do legislatively last session. The problem this year, as an example, their overall budget was up $1.5 million. Now, I don't know what that actual percentage was of their normal operating budget, but I'm going to guess it was 3 to 5. The thing that's troubling out of that is of the $1.5 million increase in the budget, $900,000 of it was attributed to Ossipee. So, and that has to do with the funding formula. I'm under the impression it has to do with the funding formula, as well as that some of it is due to the fact that the state no longer provided grants for certain areas that they had before that Ossipee was receiving. So I think there's a couple of issues there. One, the reason that we went up $1.33 a thousand is because so much of the overall increase was attributed just to Ossipee. That's something that's going to have to be addressed with the funding formula.
And those finance meetings for the school budget, just the dates for the public to hear are November 13th, 14th, and 15th at 6 p.m. at the SAU in Wolfboro, if anyone wants to go.
Real briefly, I mean, I showed this to Ed, and I would agree with his assessment that it's as a result of us bringing up some issue. We actually got a letter from the Governor-Wentworth School Board dated August 16th, and it's Dear Board of Selectmen, on Thursday, September 6th, the Governor-Wentworth Regional School District Finance Committee is holding a meeting at 7 p.m. at the Lakes Region Technology Center in the Skylight Dining Room. The purpose of this meeting is to review the budget process, the cooperative formula, and to answer any questions you may have about the school budget. We hope you will join us. So there is an extra meeting now that was not, I believe, previously scheduled. And that's Thursday, September 6th at the Voc-Tech Center.
Just got a couple more quick things. Anything on the dump fees? I know you haven't mentioned it.
Well, we brought it up actually this week. We have not made any decisions.
How do water meters go and change over? How far along?
They're virtually done. That is a deadline this morning.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I only have like maybe 30 left.
And then they're 100% done?
Yeah.
Because you're like, wait, it's supposed to take 2 to 3 years.
We initially said 3, and then we revised that to hoping to have it done in 2, and it looks like they're going to have it done in a year. A lot of that is to Bo and Jim's credit, as they have been doing the replacement themselves rather than contracting it out. So it has allowed them to take that money that we had appropriated for it and get a really good bang for the buck out of it. So kudos to them.
And one more thing, the fish hatchery RFP, why was that removed?
It was removed because we've met with the owners now on a couple of occasions. We've got another meeting coming up. We were going to discuss it a little bit later. We can discuss it now. We now have a unanimous position of the board that we want out of the rental business. It's not abundantly clear to anybody that we've even been able to talk to how the town ever really ended up with that to begin with. Way back when, there was an organization called the Sumner Brook Association, which did in fact purchase that property from the state. Part of it is in conservation easement, and then there was a lease accomplished, not with these folks, but with another agribusiness before them. The whole thing is really, really confusing. We have a folder that is this thick. We've had our town attorney looking through that and exploring the issues now for about 2 months. And we are of the opinion that there is no benefit to the Ossipee taxpayers for us to continue to own it. It is built into it that we have to allow the state the first option to buy it back, and that's the position that we're taking. We're going to give them the opportunity to buy it back. If they choose not to, then we want to sell it.
Any idea what it's worth?
No. The quick answer is not really. We've actually also have a real estate agent that we've talked with that's going to be going down to give us an appraisal of it so that we can have a better idea. But that's the position, unanimous position of the board is we shouldn't be in the business, and we're looking to get out of it. So we're not looking to do it with the whole parcel if we don't have to. It's 130 acres altogether. And we're looking to subdivide off the 5 acres that go with the actual fish hatchery. And, you know, our hope is that it turns out that the people that are there and running the business can buy it. But either way, we should be out of it. There's no benefit to the Ossipee taxpayer to be in that business.
You only collect 600 a month or something?
That's what it has been. You know, I mean, I guess the argument could be that they've never really spent any money down there either, so even any portion of that, even the way that was originally set up was all of that revenue went to the Conservation Commission.
Right.
Yet by statute, the Conservation Commission can't own any land. They only manage it. It has to be owned by the town. So even that was a really screwy thing to have happen way back when that we don't really understand how, but we're going to try to rectify it and get it cleaned up. So. Yeah.
Yes, hi. I'm Susan Marks with the Ossipee Life Alliance, for any of you who don't know me. And I just wanted to remind you that we're sponsoring a meeting with the DES is coming up, Jim Gallagher, to talk about the dam and the construction. And I don't know if you've seen it or not, but I'll just give you one. So we'd love to have you attend, or anybody else in the town that wants to come. It's the informational session, talking about the scope of the work, what's going to happen afterwards, and how much it's going to change the input that the towns do now with it. So,
Very important.
yeah, it's Saturday morning at 10 o'clock. Come earlier for some refreshments, and on the 25th.
We'll get it up on the town website as well.
Okay, great.
Anybody interested, and we'll try to remember to announce, maybe repeat this next week. But it is a meeting on the scope of work for the dam replacement at the other end of Ossipee Lake. It is a significant interest, obviously, to the town of Ossipee. A lot of people do not realize that without that dam, Ossipee Lake is a whole lot smaller than what it is right now. You in fact lose most of the bays, and that property is responsible for a tremendous amount of the town's revenue. So, thank you. Anybody else under public input?
Mr. Chair, can I ask who owns the dam?
It's owned by the state of, well, no. It used to be owned by Central Maine Power. Now it is owned by the Ossipee Lake Dam Authority, which is a cooperative ownership between the town of Ossipee, the town of Freedom, and the town of Effingham was in it, but then kind of backed out. So the dam is controlled, and I think owned, by the Ossipee Lake Dam Authority.
Under the auspices of the Dam Bureau, the New Hampshire
Yes.
Dam Bureau.
Yeah. Not the Dam Bureau, but the Bureau of Dams. Yeah.
Either way.
Anybody else have anything under public input? Sure.
You had mentioned before about the reason why the Ossipee portion of the school taxes went up. And from my limited research, it was because the adequacy grants are declining and will end in a few years. And your average daily membership, which is part of the proportion that we pay, was much higher. That's what I found out. That aside, if you read the Carroll County Independent from Thursday, there's a headline here that says, lawsuit alleges that county delegation has disregarded state law. And in the third paragraph, it says, but when the county administration was pressed the delegation for answers as to why there has been no response. This is going to be completely retracted and reran because it is wrong. I just called the editor today. It should read, lawsuit alleges that the county commission, because they hold the responsibility for the audit, has disregarded state law. And this third paragraph here will be changed to read that the delegation contacted the commission and the administration and has not received the reason why it has not been completed. So you got to watch the newspaper too. Now apparently the person who authored the report does not choose the headline. The editor does. So if the editor doesn't completely understand what the report was about, you're going to get improper headlines. And most people will glance over headlines, and it looks like the delegation is the one that was responsible. So I think it's very misleading that they're going to change it. So that's it.
Yep. Anybody else, anything else under public input? If not, we'll start into the red folder. First, we have the minutes of the Selectmen's meeting, which occurred on Monday, August 13th. I make a motion we accept them as printed. All in favor?
Aye.
We have the minutes of the Selectmen's non-public and work session, which occurred on Monday, August 13th. I make a motion we accept them as printed.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We have the check voucher totals. Payroll for week ending 8/18 was $44,057.67. We had accounts payable for week ending 8/13 of $147,526.71, for a total disbursed last week of $191,584.38. Additionally, we had water and sewer accounts payable, which we track separately, in the amount of $5,836.51. I make a motion to sign. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Again, these are just the batch totals. Every bill goes through a multi-tier review before it gets to this. While we're doing that, for those who may be watching, we apologize for that beeping sound in the background. We thought we had identified what was causing it, and we were wrong. But for whatever reason, it goes off every Monday afternoon at 4 o'clock. We thought it had something to do with our generator testing at the same time, and it did not. We will try to get that rectified. We have the payroll reimbursement from water and sewer in the amount of $3,492.22. I make a motion we approve it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We have a draft approval. We have received our final draft of our audit. And this is a draft approval letter, and it says, I, Richard Morgan, Chairman of the Board of Selectmen, am in receipt of the draft audit report from the town of Ossipee for the fiscal year ended December 31st, 2017. I've reviewed the draft audit report, final working trial balances, and adjusted journal entries proposed by the independent auditors, and am in agreement with them and therefore approve the draft audit budget. I make a motion that I sign it on behalf of the board.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We have a bid. This is a memo from Brad Harriman regarding a quote for a zero-turn mower for the water and sewer department. They received 2 bids, one from North Country Tractor. The original price was $11,428. They're going to give us $2,200 trading on the old one for a total purchase of $92,2894. MB Tractor was the other one. It was $11,669, but they do not take trades. Brad recommends that we award the bid to North Country Tractor in the amount of $9,228.94. That is in the budget, Brad, that's a budgeted item that was in there?
There is room in that budget there for that part of the sewage, the treatment plant down there for it, yes.
It's obviously 72 inches of large.
It's a large, oh, yeah.
A lot of mowing which has to be accomplished. Do you have any questions? Well, no. I make a motion we authorize him to go forward with the purchase at North Conway Tractor in the amount of $9,228.94.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
North Conway or North Conway?
North Country Tractor, I'm sorry. If I said Conway. We have two timber reports here. An accompanying warrant to allow the tax collector to collect $1,842.20. This is map 115, lot 16. I think it's still part of the state forest cut. I make a motion we sign. All in favor? Aye. Second warrant and timber cut report authorizing the tax collector to collect $1,032.59. This is on map 117 lot 31 and map 115 lot 15. And this is on the Gillette property. Make a motion we sign it. All in favor? Aye. Aye. We have a request for clerical abatement. This is on map 29, lot 1, sub 269. It's on a camper. The site was vacant as of April 1st. It results in a refund or abatement of $8.22. I make a motion we approve it. All in favor? Aye. We have a copy of a letter in the folder, which is here. It was presented last week. We've got a chance, all had a chance to look at it. And it's from Ash Fishbein regarding the joint meeting that was held at the Ossipee Planning and Zoning meeting. It's here in the folder if anybody'd like to look at it. We have a letter from Charter Communications talking about schedule changes in their channel offering. It's here at the folder if anybody'd like to look at it.
Soccer channel.
The soccer channel.
Soccer channel
coming off. We have a copy of a check in the amount of $1,318.15 that we received from Scrap Metal and baled fibers. We have four welcome letters which are going out. I'll read one of the letters. It's, dear business owner, we are writing to welcome you and your business to the town of Ossipee. The town of Ossipee, incorporated in 1785, is the county seat of Carroll County and encompasses approximately 75 square miles, including 3 fire precincts, Ossipee, Corner Center, Ossipee, and West Ossipee. The population as of the 2016 census was 4,260 residents. Our town offices are open Monday through Friday from 8 to 4:30. The Board of Selectmen hold their business meeting in the gymnasium at Town Hall beginning at 4:15 on Mondays. We wish you luck and much success. Our job at Town Hall is to help make you successful. Don't hesitate to contact us if we can be of service. If we can do anything to make your transition any easier, please let us know. And these are going out to the storage buildings, the new storage buildings on 28, Technicoil on Route 16, 925 Route 16. Which one's that?
That's a new auto dealership that was Benji Oliver's building.
Benji Dollar.
Across from that house.
Okay.
Kingswood Auto Sales.
Okay, Kingswood Auto. Yep. And then one to 931 Route 16.
Which is the Ossipee Tailor Shop.
The tailor shop. Okay. I make a motion we sign it. All in favor? Aye. We have a note here from our timber clerk regarding intents to cut and supplementals. See if anybody wants to look at it, but reminder letters were sent out in March and April, and only one courtesy call made, and I'm glad to report that the year 2017-2018 report of cut of wood and timber has been completed on time. It's here if anybody'd like to look at it. We have an annual contract for our GIS service maintenance on our mapping. It's no change from the previous year. It's a $600 contract. You've had a chance to read it?
Yes.
I make a motion we approve it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Got an email that we received from the Carroll County Commissioners. Carroll County Commissioners would like to call your attention to a very unsafe condition on County Road. The owner of the house uphill from the Sunset Mattress Factory has placed small diamond posts in the drain ditch and strung marker tape on them. In doing so, the owner has narrowed the road to the point that two cars can narrowly pass on the corner. Should one of the vehicles be going too fast or the driver distracted, a head-on accident is surely going to happen. Carroll County Commissioners would respectfully request that the town take action to remedy this dangerous situation. And evidently they've spoken to you about it as well. Can you tell us what's going on with them down there?
Nothing yet. We're going to look into the right-of-way width down there. We have talked to that gentleman who lives in that house before. He's had feelings before that we've always been trying to shift the road over onto his property, which we haven't been. It is very narrow right there. Even in the ditch line there, two cars really can't pass there. Anyway, that road does narrow right up. It's like a bottleneck right in that spot as it is. So we are going to look at the right-of-way width, and then I will be going down and have a conversation with the gentleman so I'll get him to pull those stakes out, you know, on an amicable, try first, and then kind of go from there.
If it does become a dispute, I mean, I don't know what two of you think, but I would say that we just need to get it surveyed and get it established. I don't want to keep playing games with him day after day, year after year, so that he clearly knows where his property line is and we clearly know where ours is. That's what it takes, and let's get it done and get it decided. You agree?
Definitely.
So, we have a couple of notices of decision here. First is from the Zoning Board of Adjustment. This is case number 18-11-V. The Rand Realty LLC applied for a variance on Levitt Road and it was granted. It's here in the folder if anybody would like to look at it. Also from the Zoning Board of Adjustment, case number 18-1-EWDR. Alan Cummings, care of McConkey and Associates, was granted an equitable waiver of dimensional requirements to retain a garage in place that does not meet the town side setback. It's here in the folder if anybody would like to look at it. We received a letter from the Gilmington Planning Board. It's regarding a regional impact. I don't know how much it impacts Ossipee, but there's a planning board case that's being heard over there. There's somebody who's applied to put a wireless telecommunication facility. It's on Shannon Road in Gilmington. It's here in the folder if anybody would like to look at it. Old business, anything on Duncan Lake Beach?
No, nothing on that. Everything has gone out, so it's just a matter of waiting on their decision.
28-171?
Nope, nothing new on that.
Sidewalk meeting tonight?
Sidewalk meeting 6 o'clock tonight. I got contact from a couple of people up there that got their letters in the mail and stuff, asked questions, and I know at least those 2 people will be here tonight, and hopefully some other ones.
Okay. And anything new on the covered bridge?
Yep, we did finally receive today the construction easement that we've been waiting for about 3 weeks. That came in. Ellen signed their certificate right away that you guys authorized her to a few meetings ago. So that'll be going off to DOT and to Hoyle Tanner, and that should be the very last step to going out to bid. So.
All right. Any other old business? Okay. New business. You get the proposals for hauling and disposal of solid waste and demolition from our recycling center. First is from North Conway Incinerator Service, bid for solid waste hauling and disposal. Transportation fees, single haul $300, tandem haul $600. Pricing would increase to $310 second year single haul, $610 tandem. Third year $320 single haul, $620 tandem. Rental fees on compact is $280 per month for both. Rental fees on 40-yard cans $400 per month for all 6. Disposal rates is $54 a ton. Fuel surcharge may be imposed when diesel price goes over $3.25 per gallon and is calculated by multiplying number of gallons used per trip by increase per gallon. Second is from Waste Management. Those prices, let me find it here. All right. It says it broken out by year 1, 2, and 3. Year 1, MSW, $74 per ton, $385 per haul for a single haul, $312.50 per haul per container for a double haul. Demo $80 per ton, $385 per haul, $312 per haul on the double haul. Year 2, it goes on. It goes up. Rental for demo containers $250 per month per container. I guess what I do at this point is make a motion, we have Brad review both bids and come back to us with a recommendation. All in favor? Aye. We received no proposals. It was also due to receive on the brush clearing at the windows on the Ossipee site down on Route 16. We received no proposals after our invitation for them, so I don't know what we'll do about that, but we got no proposals. Any other new business?
No, from the new business, I think it'd be nice if we thank the garden club for the nice job they've done with flowers this year.
They are actually very, very nice. I saw it, I thought of the same kind of thing this afternoon. I pulled down to the bottom of Huck and Folsom Road rather, and the flowers were really, really nice. Why don't we do a letter prepared for the garden club for next week that we can sign and send off to them?
I will do that. And I also want to, I sent her a thank you card myself, but Maria Moulton on her spare time came out and weeded the new retainer wall garden 2 weeks ago. So I did acknowledge her, but
Good.
I thought it was really nice gesture.
Some of those little things make a big difference in the way that the town looks. A week or two ago, when we're just doing some research and not ready to make any decision or even a recommendation at this point, but a couple of weeks ago, we received another letter of complaint from a gentleman who lives down on Granite Road. And the complaint centers around the amount of truck traffic that's using the Granite area as a shortcut to go from Maine over through to New Hampshire. I'm not proposing that we do this in any way, shape, or form, but what I have done is I've asked our police chief to at least look into what is the process for posting it, how is it enforceable if we did choose to go in that direction, and then we'll take it from there. Brad, I know you have some input as well on that, and
Yeah, Ellen and I talked a little bit, and I just a few thoughts out that I had, not knowing what the RSA's are and stuff, so, I mean, we just gotta explore all those, what we can and can't do,
And
what the
that's
benefits.
exactly why, and I'm not saying that we should do anything, but one, can we do it, how do you do it, and what is the process if we do choose to go that route. I do understand why it would be annoying. There are some, while that road is in really, really nice shape, there are some areas of the road that are pretty narrow. And if, when I mentioned it to the police chief, he did say, he said, oh, there's absolutely no doubt. He said, when they're down there, he said, and if you look at the majority of trucks there from the state of Maine that are passing through and using it as a shortcut, which I don't fault them for doing either. I mean, if they can cut several miles off, sure, I would do the same thing. But I do want to protect our roads, and if it's something we need to do, we'll take a look at it.
And it's a nice smooth road to drive on right now.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Just to let you know, we are gonna be doing our road striping starting tomorrow.
Okay.
The yellow lines and the fog lines. Billy and I have talked, we decided we're gonna extend out on, we usually stopped at the four corners, but because that new section got paved all the way to Fogg's Ridge, we're gonna extend the line, the striping all the way to Layton Corner Road. Because like I said, there are some narrow spots where the trees do crowd you in. We took out a lot of trees last year, the year before. Took out about 24 trees along there that were, so it's a lot better than it was, but
There's still a few in there that
yeah. So that'll help identify it a little, maybe make it a little safer too if the trucks are on it with passenger cars. So.
Good. Anyone else have anything else on the new business? Second public input. Anybody?
Just one question. Any update on the meeting date with all the towns getting together regarding the school budget? Anything on that?
No, I've been through, I've been to the area, let's see, I've been to Effingham. I mean, everybody's in agreement that they would like to have it. They're trying to figure out what date everybody can go. This whole week, everybody has meetings, they have selectmen's meetings, so it may be a Saturday. But that will happen. I just have to pick a date, send the invitations out, and whoever, answers will attend. And I would like to have it here. It seems like everybody was agreeable with that too.
Perfectly fine with us if you can arrange it.
But I got to make sure that I think I have to fill out a facilities.
Not when it's us sponsoring the meeting.
Even if it's on a Saturday.
Even if it's on a Saturday.
Okay, that's good.
You would just let us know that date as soon as is practical, so that in case somebody else is, so nobody don't want somebody else to book it. That's all.
Okay, very good.
Anybody have anything else under public input? If not, I make a motion we adjourn. All in favor? Aye.